What is up, guys? This is Mike Dean with First Step Travelers. Guess where we are today? Sydney, Australia. Now, before we even get started, I want to make a few notes. Sydney is not the capital of Australia. Canberra is. The city is expensive, so spend wisely. Hostels are a must, and be prepared to love your time here. Welcome to Sydney. Since Sydney can be a bit pricey, I'm going to cover a few things that you can do for cheap or completely free. Everything in this video is within walking distance of each other, so grab a good pair of shoes and hit the road. But watch out for these birds.
And there's this terrifying thing.
These things creep me out. So one of the first places I visited was a war memorial. I am here in Sydney at the Anzac War Memorial, which was very interesting. And hanging out with all these birds. I guess I can put this back on since I'm out of there. A very, very, very interesting place. Anzac stands for Australia and New Zealand Army Corps. So it's basically a memorial to honor the dead, those who fought in the war, and those who gave their lives, and take it very seriously. There's the clock struck 11, and there was a moment of silence that asked everybody to face the memorial inside, and it was pretty intense, pretty emotional. I don't know, something about war memorials, they always get to me. All around the memorial it says, "At least we forget," and there's even signs that say, "Let contemplation and silence be your offering." So Sydney's a pretty busy place, so you come in and take a moment to just recognize the sacrifice, and definitely worth coming to see. It's free, and I recommend it. It took me back a bit, so check it out. So right after that, I wandered over to this beautiful Gothic style cathedral called St. Mary's Cathedral. The interior of the cathedral is absolutely amazing. The architecture itself is breathtaking, and the yellow glazed glass that you see here maintains the low lighting by keeping out the bright Sydney sun. And something I loved about my visit here were the stained glass windows. They were vibrant, and they filled the cathedral with incredible lighting and stories brought to life. This is a very holy place to many people, so you'll find many worshippers here. Moving right along, if you have a bit of an artistic side, then you can head over to the Art Gallery of New South Wales. Quick side note, New South Wales is the state that Sydney is in. Now there's some incredibly cool exhibits going on in this art gallery. There's definitely enough in here to keep your attention for quite a while. Like this guy with snakes on his head. Or this guy fighting with a snake. The art gallery is completely free and definitely worth checking out. So if you're going to head to the Sydney Harbour, you might as well walk through the Royal Botanical Gardens. And yes, of course, it's free. But this place is enormous, so make sure you do not get lost. If you love nature, there is a ton to see here. Plants that look like they're not even from this world. But make sure you watch out for these guys. Alright, so I've been walking through the Botanical Gardens, came out here. It's basically where it leads to the harbor. And you got the Opera House right over there, you probably can't see it, and the Harbor Pool. But, wow. It's quite an incredible city. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's super clean, everyone's super friendly. Yeah. No words for it, I guess. Everyone's super fit. Everyone's outside running and working out. Other than these terrifying birds that look like dinosaurs, I think it's quite incredible. Check it out. So I made my way to the world-famous Sydney Opera House. Now I'm sure most of you have seen this in movies or in television or somewhere. This opera house is iconic. It's structured almost like giant seashells, and from afar it looks like it's simply colored white, but in actuality, it's covered in these small reflective tiles. Now I did try to go inside to check it out, but apparently you have to be on a tour. Did I try to pretend like I was on a tour? Yes. Did it work? Absolutely not. To take a tour, it'll cost you about $37 US. Was I gonna pay that? Hell no. Was I gonna take an epic picture? Hell yeah. This place is incredibly cool and very scenic. Definitely worth checking out, obviously. So after that, I wanted to cross the harbor bridge, so I made my way there. To make your way to the harbor bridge, you'll have to head west, and you're likely to pass plenty of street performers, as well as the Contemporary Art Museum. And once you pass through the old part of Sydney, known as the Rocks, you're basically there.
So, I'm over crossing the Sydney Harbor Bridge, and it's pretty cool. You know, I think I should find more words to describe things. Beautiful day, no clouds in the sky. I've been acting all day, haven't stopped.
You got the Opera House over there.
And yeah, completely free. There's also a tour underneath, or I'm sorry, on top. You can see the people up there climbing across, but that costs a lot of money. Not about that life.
I crossed over into North Sydney, had myself a look around, and made my way back. So after that, I was on a train headed to Wentworth so I could hike to Wentworth Falls. So, public transportation in Sydney is pretty straightforward. It seems pretty legit so far. Oh, I also got Opal card. Looks like this. You load money on it just like the one in Hong Kong, and you can hop on any public transportation, hop off as much as you want. So, definitely recommend this. So once you arrive, all you have to do is follow Charles Darwin Walk, about 3 kilometers until you reach the falls, and you will find yourself in the middle of the Australian bush. So we're over here on the Charles Darwin Trail, heading to Wentworth Falls. It's lush green, it's very peaceful too. A lot of strange animals out here though. Not too sure what these are. It's like hairy corn. So after hiking over a few bridges and bumping into a few other people on the trail, you'll start to run into quite a few waterfalls. And eventually, you'll find yourself on top of Wentworth Falls. Be prepared to be speechless. The view is amazing, and all you have to do now is climb to the bottom of the falls. But that's a bit easier said than done. This is probably the craziest climb I've ever done in my life. This is steep. Very steep. And honestly, very dangerous. But it is so beautiful. And after about a 5 or 10 minute descent, you'll reach the bottom of the falls. So, I made it to the falls after an incredible climb. Nothing, I always say it, but it's like nothing I've ever seen. It's so nice down here. Completely worth the hike. There's about 3 more hours of trail if you continue on after you hit the falls, but I'm gonna have to go back an hour back that way to make the train. But man, you gotta come see this. The man on the trail told me that Wentworth is not as popular as the Blue Mountains, but this is just incredible. So I highly recommend coming and see this. Just be careful on the trail, watch your step. There's all kinds of things you can trip and fall on, but completely worth it. Just be careful. What's up guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry it ran so long, I had a lot to squeeze in there. I really hope this helps you explore Sydney and save some money, because like I said, Sydney is very expensive. If you watched my last videos, you know I went through Hong Kong to get to Sydney using Tiger Airways because it was a lot cheaper than flying from home. So I'm going to continue to push through Australia. Next is Brisbane, then Melbourne, and then I'm off to the Philippines. Make sure you check out my other videos, and make sure you like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave some comments below, and we'll see you guys next time.